All right, welcome to the Tejano Time podcast right here on this Sunday fun day. I'm your host, Mr. Keith Leale, and we would like to welcome to the show for the very first time here on the Tejano Time podcast, uh, Clarie, right?
Lady.
Cleiri. Okay, I could not. I was asking around, making sure I was going to get it right. Cleiri. Okay, so we got it right there. She is
Yes.
actually an upcoming rising. Well, I would say new artist. She's been in the business for some time, and she's got a lot of great stuff out already. And we're going to talk about a new project that she just recently is working on right now as well. But again, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me, Keith. And hi to everybody who's watching right now on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere we're streaming live. Thank you for having me.
Yes, definitely an honor to have you on the show here. You are, like I said, no stranger to the music business. You've been doing it for some time. I've seen a lot of videos on you as well. Performances recently there in the on the island and stuff. You do a lot of great things down there
Yes,
in the but you just got back home today from a
I
very
did.
very busy weekend. Tell me
Yes,
about your
30
busy
minutes ago.
weekend.
So 30 minutes ago, I got back home to Brownsville. We were gone for a few days. We were up in Houston. We were doing a couple of shows up there. And then also, we went to the Conjunto Sizzle to go
Okay.
support about, maybe about 10 or 15 bands from CHR Records. And we were out there supporting the Conjunto bands. And we got back today. We went to Corpus. We made a few stops there at another few radio stations. And just to promote really the brand new single, Estoy Pensando en Ti.
Yes, and it is our current single that's out right now, and it's the that song right there. We're gonna get to here in just a few minutes, so everybody can take a listen to. Okay, but we would definitely want to shine some light on the Cleiri right here when she's got a new. I mean, we're talking CHR Records. Okay, CHR Records is thrilled to introduce this latest release, from the acclaimed singer songwriter Cleiri, and her much anticipated single, like she just said, "Estoy Pensando en Ti" is the name of her title of that song. Okay, so again, the first single from her upcoming full studio album, CHR Records CEO and producer Mr. Rick Garcia. That's right. This album, he says right here, is going to be a roller coaster ride. Okay, a roller coaster ride full of heartfelt emotion, and it all begins with "Estoy Pensando en Ti." All right, so it doesn't get any better than that. Again, this song is already out. I believe as of September the 15th, the song was released, and again, Cleiri, tell me a little bit about the current single that you have right now that's out.
Sure. Estoy Pensando en Ti is one of the songs that we've recorded so far, but is the song that Rick thought we should release first. Um, I have music out, but they were independent releases. Besos de Mía, La Distancia, LOVE, and Let Me Be. They're a little bit more pop rock. That's how I
Hmm.
started writing my music. But then I started, just finding my own voice, finding my own style, and I started writing La Distancia en Besos de Miel. La Distancia was out charting as an independent single, and then that's where me and Rick crossed paths, and we decided to collaborate and work together. He signed me on for a full album to CHR
Okay.
Records. So Estoy Pensando en Ti is an original song by Agustin Lara. He thought that would be a good idea to release a well-known per se song because it would just be familiar to people and they would recognize it. However, we put a completely different spin on it.
Hmm.
There's an accordion, a viruela on there, and it's really romantic. I would like to think of myself. I would call myself a romantic when it comes to music. It's a little different. It's more of a ballad. More Tejano for the Tejano romantics out there, and I think a lot of people will identify themselves with it.
Awesome, awesome. So, how long have you been, singing? At what age, basically, did you pick up the microphone and say, "This is something that I'm interested in doing"?
I mean, it's like any singer. It's one of those things that you just grow up doing. But I do remember my first memory was, playing with a play school little radio station
Hmm.
and a little radio, sorry, and I used to just play canciones de cri cri. I sing. My first language is Spanish, so I've always just. It took me a while to learn English, but I used to always just. And then my mom later started playing music in the house. That was big, big music. Ricardo Arjona, Juan Luis Guerra, Pimpinela, a lot of those very
Very.
Mexican style of music, and
Hmm.
that's where I think I got my influence. I would like to think that it's a mesh now, what I'm writing and what I'm working on. a mesh of what I grew up with and what I've been raised here in Texas to hear.
Yes, outstanding, outstanding. That's great. And songwriting. Going back to that, a question I did have for you was, do you do any songwriting? You basically have already
Yes.
said that you definitely do, and that's pretty cool because a lot of artists can't. They either gonna sing or play in the band or do whatnot. They don't want to do both of them. Some people it's so much easier. Some people it's just common. It comes natural to them. So hey, props to you for
Thank you.
handling it on both sides of the board there, writing, songwriting, and then actually performing as well. So definitely. We're going to get around to her music here in just a few minutes. If you guys would like to throw a comment in there as to let us know where you're watching from, we would definitely like to hear from you. As the Albert Miranda is watching and says here, hello, I am in San Antonio, Texas. Happy Sunday.
Hi, how are you, Albert? We're gonna be there on Saturday for the TTMA Awards. I'm gonna be walking. I'm not nominated, but Hilda is, so I'm gonna be there supporting her.
Awesome, awesome. And a big shout out to Hilda. También also para
Yes,
Mr. Rick Garcia, CHR Records. Thank you so much. For watching and I'm sure they're going to be tuning in or they're going to tune in sometime.
I hope
But
so.
for
Yes.
allowing us to make this interview here possible as well. Yes, definitely. I know we had run into some issues, not issues, but we had some miscommunication there with the Friday interview and whatnot. But hey, but nevertheless, you're here on the podcast, so
We're
it works
here.
just great. Yes. So if you guys have any questions for her, feel free to drop them in the box. We'll definitely we'll have them. We got a Facebook user here that's actually in our group here that has not identified themselves yet, but it says hi Keith and hi Cleiri. So
Hi.
big shout out
Thanks
to
for
you.
joining.
Yes, for sure. Ricky Duran actually did confirm he is on. So Rick is one of our evening jocks as well. Who's got us tuned in. Thank you, Rick. We appreciate you.
Hi,
And
Rick.
yes, Ricky Garcia. All right. Clavy, tell me a little bit more about your musical career right now that you have right now. You do a lot of other things other than music. You're just not. What do you do in your profession right now?
Sure, sure. So, I'm a public relation specialist. And so I think it blends really well with what I'm doing now. My passion has always been music, just like
Hmm.
any singer. I mean, it's just really difficult sometimes to just do that. And so, but I love what I do on this from 9 to 5. You know, like I said, a PR specialist. I represent a company. I'm a spokesperson for a company that I will not mention, but just so that I respect that.
Right,
And
right, right.
so, like, I guess that's where writing comes easy to me. I'm a writer by heart. I write every day. That's my job, is to write press releases, advertising, for all kinds of communication materials, for TV. I used to be a producer also for
Yes.
Channel 23 in Harlingen. And so I did produce the 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. shows on a daily basis. So writing is
Wow.
already in me. I do it all the time. It's a muscle you have to exercise on a daily basis. And I have a lot in my mind, a lot of beautiful thoughts and a lot of melodies, and I need to put them down. And naturally, I do it through music. So that's what I do professionally from 9 to 5. But all my time after that is dedicated to this, to
Yeah,
music.
definitely. So how is it for you when you actually come across something or you're you know excuse me, when you're just like maybe driving in your car, maybe just at home, and something
Yeah.
just pops in your head? What do you do at that moment? Write it
Uh,
down.
my phone. No, I get my phone and I record myself. If I'm thinking of a verse, if I'm just anything, a lyric, I record it on my phone. I always like to write it down once I get back home or once I get back to wherever I'm at, and write things down, and then and record myself writing it down so nobody says I didn't write my own song. I just like to make sure. But yeah, I get inspiration and I grab my phone, and that's where I start recording my ideas.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's awesome. Yep, I've heard it before. I've heard people just driving on the road. They pull over and they write it down, or they just stop and, call someone and say, "Hey, this here, get this and get that, and write this down." Whatnot. But hey, I've heard
Yes.
all kinds of different stories. But yeah, it's wonderful. And like you said, it comes with it. You're the job right now. The writing is involved, and it just you have it. It's there.
Hmm. I love writing, and not all the songs are great. And I'm sure I'm yet to write my best song. And it's just it's you're always developing and you're always growing when it comes to writing your own music. We just finished, actually, also, just to talk about the projects I've been working on, a 6 month residency down at Margaritaville at the beach resort on South Padre Island.
Okay.
We did about 6.5 months out there of work. They provided hotel rooms, food, and everything. We were the band this summer out there, and we started playing the day they opened. We didn't have a Margaritaville on South Padre Island, and now we do.
No, you do.
So we were out there this whole time. We've been booked all year. We did a couple festivals at the beginning of the year, and we have some more private events coming up. And I'm also gonna be participating in the Christmas tree lighting here in Brownsville.
Oh, really? Okay.
Um, and I'm going to be singing some of my Christmas music that I also have released.
Wonderful. That's awesome. That is good. And one with Christmas music that I'm sure you're familiar with is Hilda. Have
Yes,
you
she
heard her
loves
Christmas
Christmas
songs?
music.
Yes, she does. She's got an amazing voice as well. So a big shout out to hers. And
Yes.
that's coming. That's just around the corner. Yeah. So anybody out there that's interested in those tunes, just keep it here at Houston's Tejano Hits. Of course, obviously on the radio, we'll definitely have that for you. I've got a couple more. Let's see. Well, here, let's see. Rick says this here: inspirations, well-rounded artist, great portfolio of music as well.
Thank you, Ricky Duran. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, he got another one here. Artist dealing with public relations. Yeah, yeah. He
It
knows
comes
it.
natural. I go out and I talk to everybody. I'm interviewed at work and I'm interviewed here, and I think it's really good to have a skill
Hmm.
that that I've worked on for 15 years professionally, and I get to mix it with what I'm doing now. It really goes hand in hand. It
Oh
really
yeah,
does.
definitely. Yeah. So a big shout out to Rick. Thank you, Rick, for those comments as well. And let's see here. We got another great guy that was on the show not too long ago. Mr. Sammy Gonzalez says here, such a great talent. I got the honor of singing with her back when I was on SPI South
On South
Padre
Padre
Island.
Island.
Yes.
How are
Hmm.
you? I hope you're doing good.
Yes, Rick Garcia is watching, so a big shout out to Rick Garcia. Also, Hector Castillo's got us tuned in as well. So, big shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in here. Gil Gonzalez just logged in as well. Thank you, Gil, for watching. Rick Garcia is the one that mentioned hi, Keith, and hi, Cleiri earlier.
Hi,
So, that was Rick.
Rick. Poor Rick has been in the car with me riding all day. He's probably
So,
sick of us. I'm joking.
yeah, hang in there, Rick. It's going to be all right, all
It's okay.
right?
We made it safe. No,
Definitely.
we had
Yeah.
a lot of fun on the way over, and on the way back. Me and Hilda, we were just talking the whole time, and Rick was kind of like tuning us out a little bit. But we had a lot of fun, and we really did. We were trying to get the most we could from the experience and from the trip, and just putting a face to the name. I think
Hmm.
it's really important. I'm really happy I'm meeting you, Keith, because sometimes you hear about us artists out here just posting on social media. I
Hmm.
also have a website, clady.com.
Okay.
I like to just make sure I have everything, professionally done and stuff. But
Right.
it's nice to go and meet the DJs who are doing us this great, great favor of playing our music out all the time and promoting us. So thank you, Keith.
Very, very welcome. And the pleasure is all ours. Again, the door is always open, whether it be here on the podcast or on the radio station as well. So, we appreciate you. We appreciate CHR Records as well, Rick Garcia and Company. A big shout out to those, and thank you guys for all that you do as well
Yes.
to share your artist with us here and out with our audience as well at Houston's Tejano Hits. .com. So we want to take a listen to the song here in just a bit. If you guys got any questions or anything like that for her, definitely drop it in the box and the comments box, and we'll be more than happy to she'll be more than happy to answer your questions or whatnot, whatever you may have. So definitely do
Yes.
that, and it will. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I got everybody else's. Gil Gonzalez is over in California watching as well, so he has.
Hi, Gil. Shout outs to California, all the way out there. Drop your questions. If you have any questions about what we were working on, I'll be happy to answer and fill you in.
There you go. There you go. That is a Facebook view. There he is, right there. I've got his name here on the other side, but yes,
Encinitas.
yes, so yeah. So he's tuned in there. So a big shout out. He's always watching the show week after week. So thank you, Gil. Appreciate you, my brother. And again, guys, we're gonna take a listen to the song that she's got out right now. It's the "Estoy Pensando en Ti" is the name of the song, right? And it is out, and it was out as of September the 15th. It hit all digital markets. So if you guys
Yes.
like what you hear, go out there and search her name. You know what I mean? Cleiri, she's out there. Search the name. She's got more music as well. I believe you got more than one song on digital platforms, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
there
And
you
we
go.
have
So
a album
a
coming out
variety.
soon.
Yes, we're going to talk about that when you get back. So that's another great thing that's happening with you as well. Is the album that's it doesn't get any better than that. I'm sure you're
I know,
excited
I'm
about it.
excited. I'm
So we'll
real
definitely
excited.
talk about that when we get back here in just a few minutes. But right now, we're going to play her current single that's available on all digital platforms, ladies and gentlemen. Take a listen to it, and we'll be right back here in just a few, right here on Tejano Time Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Keith Leal, and Cleiri is my special guest today. So good evening, and check out the song. Here we go. Check it out right now. Estoy pensando en ti.
Estoy pensando en ti, llorando en un lamento que el dulce viento lleva conmigo. Estoy pensando en ti, llorando que mi destino modificó. Estoy pensando en ti, llorando. La noche es bella, llena de estrellas. ¿Y qué me importa? De sentir lo amargo de mi llanto. De sentir lo amargo de mi llanto. Estoy pensando en ti, llorando. La noche es bella, llena de estrellas. ¿Y qué me importa? Estoy pensando en ti, llorando tanto, que a donde vayas has de sentir lo amargo de mi llanto.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is Estoy Pensando en Ti with Cleiri, all right here on Tejano Time Podcast. I'm your host once again, Mr. Keith Leal. We appreciate each and every one of you out there taking the time to join us right here on Tejano Time. And again, congratulations to you on the song.
Thank
Wonderful song,
you.
right? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are tuned in that, enjoyed it. Beautiful song here. Facebook user says here. Let's see here. We'll
Thank
get
you so much.
that was Gil there. Definitely Gil from California as well. So
Thank you,
take
Gil.
big shout out to Gil. And that's the residency. What is this here, Rick? The residency. How's the
Oh,
audience?
it's a.
Okay.
We have a ton of diverse. I mean, we have all kinds of people out there at the island. It's party town, especially in the summer. So we have to be able to cater to all of our audience. It doesn't matter how, it could be all ages, big families, huge conferences sometimes, or weddings, and just everybody comes in through the resort. So we have a large variety of music because, like you were mentioning earlier before the show, as artists from Texas, specifically, we're expected to know or to be have a wide range of music in our portfolio. So I play everything from pop international, R&B, um, salsa, merengue, cumbia, tejano, everything out there,
Everything.
even some pop rock, and we do it all very well, and we're very proud
Yeah.
of that. And we also, in all of our shows, we put in our original music.
Wonderful. Original music. There you go. Like I said,
Hmm.
yeah, we did mention that. We did talk about that earlier about, a lot of the Tejanos out there, everybody from Texas, they don't just stick to one thing. They can go out there and, like you said, do a country song, do some pop, rock,
Hmm.
whatnot, hip hop, whatever the case may be. I mean, they're talented in many, many ways just to go out there and do just about anything to get up on stage and perform. A lot of artists can't say that, in other genres.
Right.
So big, hands up to you guys, you know what I mean? Not hands down, but
Thank you.
yes, a high five to you guys for always doing that. I've seen it over and over. Any performance that I go to, it's not just what you go to listen to, what you hear on the radio. It's more than
Hmm.
just that when you go to see a performance. So, yes, most definitely. We definitely want to shed some light on the single again here, but we're going to recap some stuff here just a few more minutes right here. But the single is available, okay, on all digital platforms. It's out now, all right. So you can stream it. CHR Records recording artist, Cleiri, Estoy Pensando en Ti is the name of the song you just heard. So it's a search her, look her up, and you can add it to your playlist as well. All right. So again, following a series of successful independent singles, Cleiri inked a deal with CHR Records to record her first full-length album. With production in full swing, the world now gets a taste of Cleiri's musical masterpiece. All right, in the form of Estoy Pensando en Ti, which you just heard. Okay, the first single, which is off the upcoming album. So prepare for it. It's going to be on. It's going to be a great blend of heart and melody that creates an unforgettable sound, guys. All right, so don't miss it. Stay tuned for the album release as well. The song is out right now. Estoy Pensando en Ti. It doesn't get any better than that. So, yes,
Thank
we
you.
definitely want to get everybody excited. The album is going to drop. I know you're excited about it.
I'm real excited. Yeah, where we're thinking it's going to be a timeless type of album. I really want to introduce myself to people through this album, and it's very unique. We're all not the same type of artist, and I'm really drawing from my roots when it
Hmm.
comes to some of the writing I've had to do for some of the songs. And Rick and I are luckily we work really well together, and
Yeah.
he is on his own, a legend in this
Yeah.
industry,
Oh yes.
and
Yes.
he's teaching me so much. Every time we're in the studio, it's a learning lesson, and I'm just really excited. I mean, this is a great opportunity for us to make something really different, I think.
Yeah, Rick's a great guy, and he's like you said, he's a legend in the business. Tell us a little bit more. What is it like working alongside Rick? I know Rick's does he do his wrestling voice when he's talking to you guys? Rick's got an amazing voice for announcing just about anything, and he's
He has a
killer at that.
great voice.
Definitely, yes.
I
Man, he's
told him
just
that today
blessed.
also on the way. I'm like, yeah, but he just has a great voice. Um, Working with Rick is, you just feel like you're learning from square one because he has so much experience in the business. Um, it could be a little intimidating sometimes, I'll admit, when you're in the studio with him because I want to make sure that, and I know I've learned to read his facial expressions a little bit until not until he's satisfied with the song or my interpretation of the song will we be done.
Oh,
And
okay, okay.
I'm also the type of person who wants to make sure I do my best, my absolute
Hmm.
best all the time. And we'll be in there until I see that satisfaction look in Rick's face. It's a very obvious look. He will feel the song, and that's when he feels like this is a really good take of the song, and I think we can call it a night. But it's a lot of work, Keith.
I
Uh,
believe it.
Working all day, I get out and then I go work some more all night, and then work all weekends. But it's
Wow.
a labor of love. This is what I love to
Yeah.
do, and to me it's whatever it takes.
Yeah.
That's the way I approach things.
Exactly. Wonderful. Great,
Mhm.
great, great, great story right there. Mr. Rick Garcia, too, as well. Right there. Well, okay, let's see here. We got the Ibarra boys that are tuned in as well. So they're watching as well. Saludos.
Shout outs to the Ibarra boys. I met them at the San Antonio Radio Gala.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Outstanding. Yes.
They're
Great.
doing
I was actually there
awesome.
that weekend when they were there. I was at another
Oh,
event there that
okay.
they showed up at and they performed there. They killed it. I mean,
Hmm.
outstanding
They're
two young men there.
amazing.
Yes, the entire band is just great, great. We got Chicago tuning in as well. Let's see, La Machi, Machi D is
Hey, Chicago.
yep. Machi's watching. Chicago's in the house as well. It's the Tejano time. A shout out to Dallas Fort Worth. They're watching as well. So big shout out to Sunny. Salcedo también is watching. Salceda, I believe it is. Big shout out to you, buddy. Thank you so much for keeping up and watching this. Okay, here we go. There's another one right here. Esther. Big shout out to Esther's watching.
Hi, Esther. Saludos.
Definitely let us know where you're watching from, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you guys, sitting in here and getting a taste of Cleiri's music here on this Sunday Fun Day here on Tejano Time Podcast as my special guest today. Great song that we just played just earlier, not too long ago. And if you didn't get a chance, you can always go back and watch it again. If not, you can also stream it. It's available on all digital platforms. You can go out there and get it and add it to your playlist. And why
Yes.
not? And she's got many other songs as well. Videos. You've already shot a video for this current single, right? Already.
Yes, and that's a really cool story I got to share over the weekend. Really, we weren't planning on doing a full-on video for the song. I was more planning on doing reels. People
Mm-hmm.
like now to just go on and watch a quick reel, and I thought it'd be kind of a cool concept to just kind of record three reels, 30-second reels of the song, and push them out to TikTok and YouTube and all that stuff, and shorts and on Facebook and stories on Instagram. But then we were there and in a span of an hour, and that's another story, we because I work all day, I only had an hour to spare.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
the place we recorded the video at was renting by the hour. So I said I only have an hour to spare. I told the videographer Bakri, shout outs to Bakri, and I said we got to shoot this reel in an hour. We're in and out. And by the time we were done, we really just had an hour to work together. um, Luckily the place was furnished completely, and we were able to use a lot of those assets,
Mm-hmm.
the kitchen, the upstairs, the downstairs, the different sofas they had in the living room. So we just, you know very quickly went through the entire venue and covered different areas of it. And then he comes back, or my videographer, he comes back and he sends me this full on music video. And I was stunned, Keith. I couldn't believe that. We didn't even think we were going to put a video together, but I'm really excited of how it came. When I saw it, I was so excited because I thought, you know what? For an hour that we were there and we were able to pull a video, I said, let me send it to Rick and see what he thinks. If he thinks it's good to go, we can put it out. And
Right.
Rick, luckily, he liked it.
Wonderful, good deal. So it is available, and you can watch it on her YouTube channel. I believe it's there, and as many as other
Yes.
videos as well that she's got on there. So check out a lot of different things that she's got, different types of songs and stuff like that she's got available on her YouTube channel. If you haven't already,
Yes.
she's got a variety. So go out there and look her up. She's done just sing Tejano. Like she said, she's got a different she's got a portfolio of all kinds of great things. So definitely give her a like and check it out, or give her a follow as well. Let's see here. Let's see. Ricky, he's got a couple of comments here. He says social media definitely becoming a tool when used in a positive light. Yes.
Always use social media. I always use it.
Yes, and Ricky did use it again here. He says, "I'm watching from the Houston Texans winning house." So,
Oh,
Ricky,
awesome.
what are you doing in the backyard again in the doghouse? What did you do this time? The Texans won. You should be inside. Big Rick, oh Rick. He's always picking on me every week. So big shout out to him. Anyway, guys, if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. We would love to definitely know where you're watching from on this Sunday Fun Day here on the show. Cleiri is with us, okay? CHR recording artist promoting her new single, Estoy Pensando en Ti, which is on all digital platforms. It's on radio
Yes.
as well. Requested on your local favorite radio station, internet radio station, and whatnot. Definitely. So, again, you've been in the business for some time, female artist in the industry. What are some of the challenges you've faced along the way as a female artist?
Oh gosh, a lot of challenges at my live performances. I
Yeah,
think.
so just being a female in the industry too, as
Hmm.
well, because
No,
that can be a
yeah,
difficult thing.
it's very difficult because if you don't know the business, or at least beginning or beginner status, or how do I say this? If you don't at least know a little bit about the business, it could get very difficult for you very
Hmm.
quickly. So when I started writing my original songs, I was starting to get a little bit of advice from this from Santiago Martinez. He's we call him Chago, and he is the manager for Big Lowe's here in the Valley.
Okay.
So I met him, and he started giving me a lot of advice about the business. And he goes, "Make sure you know the business." So I started researching. I took months, Keith, to research. Uh, I'm talking about opening up from an LLC to basically, starting treating it like a business. And I went at it like a business because I love the craft so much.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I was doing it the best way
Best.
possible, and registering all my songs that I wrote and that I put out, copyright, really like a business. And I have a band, I have a full band also, and everything's treated like a business. That's the most difficult part about this. It's all nice and lights and exciting stuff when it comes to just being on stage.
Being on
But
stage.
before you even get to that stage, you have no idea what you just went through, from setting up and just dealing with all the different kinds of components, from musicians to equipment, and just running it like a business so that you are respected by your peers. You work with men 90% of the time, and you got to pull your own weight. I think that's the biggest lesson I've learned throughout my whole life, is just pull your own weight. Nobody's going to do it for you. And it's not all just lights and flashiness in the business. I've seen both sides of it so far, and I really enjoy it. I really do. I enjoy the business as much as I enjoy the limelight and being out there and performing my songs and putting music out. I really enjoy taking care of the business also.
Yeah, great deal, great deal. So that's a great answer too. Definitely, a lot of people can't say that. Definitely a lot. So Bobby Castaneda from Califas is watching
Hey,
on
Bobby.
YouTube. Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate you, my brother. That's right. And let's see here. We got a couple of more other people that's tuned in here. Let's see. Gustavo is watching. Shout out to Gustavo. We also got Norma Salazar watching as well. So big shout out to her. Thank you so much for tuning in
Hi,
again here at the
guys.
Tejano Time podcast. Yes, our guest today, Cleiri, is there promoting her new single, people. So as they go out, if you didn't get a chance to hear it, you'll be able to go back and rewind and whatnot and hear it again. But definitely check it out. You know what I mean? Again, it's available on all digital platforms as well. So, other music that she's got out there. Her videos are on social media, so you can go and find them on YouTube. You might be able to find some on her Facebook page. Where can they follow you on social media if anybody that's watching right now would like to follow you?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, the new
Yeah.
extension of Instagram. I'm really everywhere. I make myself available on all social media platforms, and also on my website, Cleiri.com. Just the way you see my name spelled, Cleiri.com. It's the one-stop shop for everything. And then I also use other links that are really quick to use, like Linktree, where it's a one-stop shop for all
For
the links.
yeah.
And then I also manage Popple. That's when I'm out at my live shows. That's the easiest way for me to show them and add them to my email list. I also have my own email list.
Okay.
When I go out there, I promote the page and I send them email list on a monthly basis. And so I'm everywhere. Cleiri.com, and you can find me everywhere. Spotify, iTunes, all my music's out there.
There you go, people. If you don't have any of those, I'm sure someone's got to have one of those, at
One of
least
them.
one of those. So don't be like Rick. Rick's got Facebook and he's still got MySpace. Okay, Rick, you need to get rid of MySpace. Okay, it's a no go.
Yeah, I call it quits.
Yeah, he's getting very familiar with Facebook. I can honestly say that, Rick. Right? Good deal, Rick. So it's the awesome. It says here. Let's see here, Norma. Well, we got somebody who just commented there. Jojo. That's right. So he says awesome. Big O. Give him some little clapping hands for you. So he's
Thank you.
definitely tuned in as
Thank you.
well. Follow her on Facebook. Follow her, like she said, on Threads. She's all there. And there, big old Rick right there. There we go.
Rick's laughing at me.
Yes, he's laughing. He's laughing. Well, I think he's laughing because he still has MySpace. That's sad. Anyhow, Chris Avala also watching. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you tuning in this way. But we also wanted to congratulate you as well, Cleiri, on your nomination that you were nominated
Oh,
there on
thank
the
you.
Guadalupe Awards this year,
Yes.
2023. So, yes, and the voting ended earlier today for the first cut. So definitely, you might make the second cut. Who knows? We won't know until the ballot comes back out for the second round as well.
Tomorrow, right?
Is it? I believe so. I'm not sure. I know I was nominated in a couple of categories as well, but I'm not sure if it's tomorrow. It should be within. I would think it would be tomorrow. If they closed it today, it's like you got to get back up and do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
So pay attention to that. If you follow her and you like her music, don't forget to cast your vote as well. And just pay attention to her social media. Definitely, Facebook's going to be one to pay attention to because they're all over Facebook, and maybe some of the others as well as Instagram and stuff like that. So do pay attention to that. If you're a big fan of Cleiri,
Yes.
follow her or vote for her as well. Give her a vote and give her a like and all that other good stuff. So,
Thank you.
Cleiri, like right now in the industry that we're in right now, let's just say you had the opportunity to collaborate with an artist. What would be what artist would be on the very top of your list right now if you had the opportunity to collab with just about anybody?
Anyone?
Anyone. It
I
doesn't
would
have to
love.
be in our industry, but it can be just about anyone in the business.
I would love to collaborate with Grupo Frontera.
There
I
you
would.
go. And I thought about that earlier. I said, I watched your answer is going to be good front. I just said that to myself before the show. Not before the show, but when I was preparing myself early on, I was like, maybe not. Well, that's a good choice. Definitely a good choice. You guys are collaborating left and right all over. I have yet to see him do it with the artist on our side of the border, should I say?
Yes.
So that would be a great thing to see. In the future, so hopefully, it can be anyone. You never know. If someone is watching, relay the
never
message.
know.
She's definitely interested. So, and collabing with those guys, as they're in the Grupo Frontera, they're doing great things right now. So props to those guys. They are just hitting hit after hit after hit after hit. So,
And
shout
also
out to them.
because, and I say Grupo Frontera because I feel like it was such a, I was very, very surprised when they pulled out of the Sombrero Fest here in Brownsville early in the year. They made room for me,
Oh, really?
unbeknownst to them. They didn't know that, but they opened a space for me at that festival. And because of them going to, I think they were going to Premio Lo Nuestro, it was some award, and they opened the doors for me to have that space at that festival. Out of the person who called me to book me said, out of over 100 entries, they chose me
They chose
and
you.
the band to perform. And I was so grateful, and I even gave them a shout. I made a video and I said, wow, like you never know why things work out the way they do.
Right.
And everything happens for a reason. And ever since I'm like, that'd be interesting to collaborate. They're so diverse, and I don't know, they seem like cool guys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've just seen them around. You know what I mean? Through social media and whatnot. They seem like a great group of guys. Whether it be there, whether it be on the TV show or wherever they're at. Because I know they've been
Yes.
on all kinds of. They were just on was it Good Morning America or something like that recent, a couple
Oh,
weeks
yeah.
back. So I missed it, but I went back and watched it. And I was like, wow, that's they're accomplishing big things. So you got to give them credit where credit is deserved. So yes,
Of course.
definitely. Yes, ma'am, for sure. So again, ladies and gentlemen out there, we appreciate everybody who's taking the time to join us here again on this Sunday Fun Day podcast here on Tejano Time with myself, Mr. Keith Liad. Cleiri is my special guest today. Always welcome back to the show as well in the near future.
Thank
Whether
you.
it be here on the radio show, we're definitely going to welcome you back with open arms. And, big thank you to Rick Garcia, CHR Records, as to Hilda también for making everything possible today and making this interview possible. And of course to yourself.
Shout outs to Hilda.
Yes.
She drove us around everywhere, and she's such a great driver, aside from being an amazing singer. And I just feel lucky to be with them, and them taking me under the wing and just showing me the ropes and introducing me to everyone in the industry that they know. And that to me is, man, I just had so much fun. But I was like, I need to rush back. I have a show with Keith.
Yes, definitely. You made a stop for one more in Corpus Christi, and then a couple of more, I guess
Yes.
I would say, in Corpus Christi, and then they headed down back home to the valley, and she finally made it back home in time for the podcast. And 30 minutes prior to the show, she was already back home. So definitely, we wouldn't have had it any other way, guys. So we prepared for it. and we're here today. She's here to share her music with our audience out there. So a big thank you again for being here on the show with us today on this Sunday Fun Day. What's next for Cleiri?
Everything is possible.
Everything, huh?
Sky's the limit. I'm not kidding. I really do mean that. It
Yeah.
sounds nuts, but I really do feel that sky's the limit. And I just feel like anything's possible. That this album is the first and foremost, that's my goal.
Hmm.
Um, I'm taking things day by day. Uh, my goal right now is just making sure that album is great,
Hmm.
making sure that I give people everything I got to offer, and like any artist, going to be changing and developing throughout the time,
Yeah.
and I just hope to continue growing, and I hope to reach more people throughout this journey with this first album.
Yes. And so do we have a release date for the album to drop, or right now we're just continuing to do things in the studio, little by little before you completely put the
we're
album together
hoping we're hoping to have the album ready by January.
by January? Okay.
So
Well, that's not bad. That's not too far off. So hey, that'd be
mhm.
a great
But
way to kick
soon,
off the new year. Yeah. So, new
very
year,
soon.
new music.
I know, I
And
would love to start the year that way. I think
yeah, definitely. I think a lot of artists would love that as well, to kick off
mhm.
brand new music, brand new year. But your current single is out right now. Again, Estoy Pensando en Ti is her current single that was released back September 15th. She's out promoting that,
Correct.
doing her radio tour. She did a lot this weekend, so she's back home this weekend. Again, thank you guys for coming and showing us support. I know you made it to Houston and we missed each other here, but you're on the podcast today. So you're definitely closing out the weekend here with the Tejano Time podcast.
Yes.
So it's great. It's just awesome to share your music with everybody out there in Radio Land, as well as our viewers here on the Tejano Time podcast. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if you like the music, go out there and add it to your playlist. It's available on all digital platforms, Spotify, whatnot, anything and everything that you guys have, or you have a favorite one. Go out there and search her, Cleiri. Her music is there. Okay, Estoy Pensando en Ti, the song you just heard earlier. It is available. So go out there and add it to your playlist. Okay, and don't forget to follow her on all her social media platforms as well. Keep up with the latest and the greatest of what's happening with Cleiri, CHR Records recording artist, and stay tuned for the album drop. Okay, very very soon. And what can we
Very soon.
expect other than the song that you got out right now, Cleiri? What can we expect, from the album? The other songs on there. You're gonna have a
Well,
variety
there's
on
gonna
there.
be yeah, there's going to be some mariachi in
Hmm.
there. Just so people know a little bit about me, I do have all my family. We're all from Jalisco, de Guadalajara, eh, specifically Tecaltiche, Jalisco. And I want to put, like I said, this album's going to be an introduction of who I am to our audiences, and that's who I am. That's how I was raised. I was raised traditionally in a very traditional Mexican home, and I just want to be authentic with the music, and authentic with who I am, with and present myself that way to everybody.
For sure. Yes, there's no doubt about that. Definitely.
Hmm.
Again, we appreciate you taking the time here to join us here, Cleiri, on the Hello Time.
Thank
Anyone
you.
else have any any last questions that you guys, excuse me, any last questions that you guys would have for her? Feel free to drop them in the comments box. I'm trying to see if we can get here. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it here to sign off right because my thing is just not being stubborn.
Yeah, I
See
mean,
here.
and I invite everybody to just go like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Say, I love it, or Clady, I hate it. Do better. I don't care. Just go and comment, show your support. And thank you guys for watching today. It's been an amazing weekend getting to know a lot of you. I ran into a couple of people that had seen me out here or on social media, and they recognized me at the Conjunto Sizzle, and that felt great. And I got to meet a lot of them out there, and like I said, putting a face to the name finally, that was amazing. Ooh, are we still live? Are we still live? Well, if we are live, I want to show you guys the poster in the background. That's my Besos de Miel poster. And that was my first single. Um, my first single, and very proud of it just because it was my first single. And it's a beautiful song called Besos de Miel, available everywhere also for download. I hope I'm still on the show with Keith, or have I been thrown out of the show? You guys let me know. All right. Is anybody else out there? All right. I think I'm just going to log out. Thank you guys for watching. And hopefully I'll see you really soon. Make sure you follow me on all my pages, social media, Cleiri.com and TikTok. And I'll see you guys really soon. Thank you. I want to say thank you to Keith Leal if you're still watching. Thank you so much for having me in your show today. It's such a pleasure getting to know all of you. I met your dad also today. Thank you guys so much for promoting the song and for playing it on your radio station. Thank you guys, all of you, for watching. Bye.